Tonight, a great loss for one tight-knit community that has been no stranger to tragedy. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. Nelson County families and residents came out tonight in big numbers after several unexpected deaths this week have stunned that area. WHAS11 Night Team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Aspen Hester covered the vigil in Bardstown, organized by a deputy sheriff.
After a week of unexpected tragedies in Nelson County, the community is coming together to show their support as they grieve during this challenging time.
For Jamie Clayton, Hayden Reynolds, Willie Smith, as well as others who we have recently lost, and also today.
A large crowd gathered together as one with lighted candles, remembering several lives taken unexpectedly within a week's time as close friends and family reminisce about their loved ones.
Lily was a blessed soul. She was just a people person. She wanted to give and just do unto others.
Lily Smith is one of two teens whose life was cut short this week in Nelson County. The 16-year-old died after losing control of her car while driving. Friends say Smith's personality will never be forgotten.
Every time I was at school and I saw her, she always had a smile on her face. Once she came through that door, it was always a positive attitude and was ready to start the day.
That same week Lily passed, a 13-year-old boy was found unresponsive in his room, and then tragedy struck again before this vigil.
We actually lost two more today in some accidents from Nelson County, so it's been very tragic, very sad.
Nelson County is a close community that does everything they can to look out for one another.
When tragedy hits Bardstown, Bardstown comes together and comes together strong.
They're all about supporting their community and just being there for each other.
I think it's great that the community cares really much about each other and that we can all come together and support each other in this hard time.
Nelson County residents say they're going to need more than just support as they grieve during this challenging time.
Just continue to pray for the families. It has been a hard week on the families, the kids that are so close to these kids.
In Nelson County, Taylor Woods, WHAS11 Night Team, on your side.
This community vigil was organized by Chief Deputy Brandon Bryan and the Fraternal Order of Police after local first responders assisted with some of those emergencies. New charges today for both the former Clark County, Indiana Sheriff Jamie Null and now his wife, Misty Null. Officers formally arrested her this afternoon, and she's now in the Scott County, Indiana jail until her next court appearance, not until next week. The charges include 5 counts of theft and 5 counts of tax evasion. WHAS11's Travis Breeze and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie were there as Misty Null was taken into custody, confronting both her and Jamie about their alleged crimes.
Misty Null will be held at the Scott County Jail until at least Monday, when she will return to the Clark County Courthouse for her initial court appearance. At that time, she will also appear alongside her husband Jamie, as they were both named co-defendants in these 10 new charges that were first filed on Wednesday. Misty and Jamie both arrived at the Clark County Courthouse at 9:45 a.m. Thursday. They wanted to make it clear that Misty was voluntarily turning herself in. We spotted Misty as she was walking from an attorney's conference room into sheriff's custody and tried to ask her how deeply she is connected to this ongoing investigation. Misty, do you have anything to say about what you knew about this throughout the last 6 years? Did you benefit from what your husband may have done as much as he did? Misty is being represented by Bart McMone. He said she will plead not guilty and wouldn't give any other comment until the initial appearance. In the affidavit that was made public Thursday afternoon, Misty is accused of filing a false tax return or making a false statement on her taxes every year from 2018 to 2022. The state also detailed 5 instances where she knowingly or intentionally took unauthorized control of Utica Township Volunteer Firefighters Association property. State police said they were taking Misty Null to the Scott County Jail the same way they held Jamie Null there when he was arrested, because Jamie Null has such deep connections to the people at the Clark County Jail. In Jeffersonville, Travis Breeze for the WHAS11 Night Team, on your side.
And Indiana State Police also announced 10 more charges for Jamie Null. You see him here today on top of the 15 he's already facing. Those new charges are for theft and tax evasion. In a probable cause affidavit, investigators say the Knowles failed to report certain income on their taxes. They're also accused of charging more than $660,000 over 5 years to credit cards linked to the Utica Township Volunteer Firefighters Association. Investigators say all of those charges were for personal items or services and that the Knowles did not make any payments. Knoll remains out of jail on bond tonight. All new at 11, it became a campaign issue in the race for Kentucky governor last November. Former Attorney General Daniel Cameron promising to put a Kentucky State Police post in Louisville if he was elected. Now, 2 Republican lawmakers are trying to do just that. Republicans Jared Bauman and Kevin Brancher, both from Louisville, filed the bill yesterday. Cameron said it was a way to combat rising crime numbers in the city. Governor Andy Beshear opposes the idea, saying Kentucky State Police resources are already stretched thin, and a post in Louisville would take troopers away from the rural areas that need them. The bill is now waiting to be assigned to a committee in Frankfort. After more than 3 hours of debate on the House floor, Republicans have passed their proposed budget. Much of today's discussion focused on education. The budget bill raises funding for schools, but leaves out 2 of Governor Andy Beshear's top priorities: guaranteed pay raises for teachers and universal pre-K. The GOP bill provides more than $1.3 billion in funding increases to public schools. However, it puts the responsibility on the school districts for those teacher raises. House Democrats argued the bill comes up short for teachers at a time of massive state budget reserves.
We have a teacher shortage that affects all of our kids. And we're sitting on money, a lot of money, billions of dollars of money that could help.
How you spend your money reveals what you value. I value teachers more than this budget. I value our children more than this budget.
Our friends on the other side that have been talking all day have no idea on how to operate a responsible budget. They just say spend, 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 spend. And that's dumb, 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 dumb. Responsible government means that you have to prepare for the bad days.
The House bill would also cover 80% of the cost to transport students to and from school in the first year. In the second year of that budget, the state would cover 100% of the cost. The budget now goes to the Kentucky Senate. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg delivering his State of the City address today, showing strong support for Louisville Metro Police and, quote, embracing the challenges alongside officers. The location for the speech at the new Police Wellness Center also sent a message. Greenberg doubling down, saying LMPD is moving in a positive direction, emphasizing the drop in homicides and other crimes. However, the mayor acknowledged there is still work to be done when it comes to addressing the city's violent crime.
And LMPD has had a rough time and is still undergoing a rough time. There are a lot of things that needs to be fixed there, and he wants to support his officers. Completely understand that. But what we need to see as a community is him being willing to hold them accountable for the changes that need to happen.
That's Lyndon Pryor, the new CEO of the Louisville Urban League, speaking there. Greenberg also touched on his plan for affordable housing and to bring universal pre-K to Louisville. We're expecting to get more information on that in the next few weeks.
Thank you all very much. And Mom, I love you. Thank you.
That's how Mayor Greenberg ended his State of the City address today, with that touching message for his mother, Ruth. He left his speech right after it ended, and later today in a post to social media, he confirmed that she passed away after a brief illness. In a statement, Mayor Greenberg said she was an amazing person who made a positive impact on so many people's lives. My family and I want to thank everyone for their support during this time as we say goodbye to an incredible mother, grandmother, wife, and person. Also, Ruth worked for the University of Louisville for many, many years, and U of L President Dr. Kim Schatzel also released a statement on her passing, saying in part, not only was Ruth well known throughout our community, she had longtime ties to the University of Louisville, including serving as Associate Dean for Medical Education, and loved being part of the Cardinal family. This is a great loss for our city and for those who knew and worked with Ruth at U of L. Ruth Greenberg was 78 years old. New computer system updates are slowing things down big time with long waits right now at the Jefferson County Clerks offices and clerks offices across the state of Kentucky. Kentucky is in the process of rolling out a new automated vehicle information system, which is used for things like your registration renewals. What was usually a standard 10-minute vehicle renewal in person can now take hours as clerks work through various issues. Jefferson County Clerk Bobby Holzclaw says she can't do anything locally to solve the problem, so people should plan for long lines.
The old system did need to be replaced. There is no doubt. It was so old it could have crashed any day. So they made the right move in trying to get a new system up. And I can only hope that when they get done, it'll be much easier with the transactions than they were in the past. But that's something only time is going to tell.
If you have enough time, you can renew your registration online or through the mail, but if you got to go in person, the Jefferson County Clerk has lobby cameras available for each branch. So all you need to do is go online and view those lines, those live cameras, to see if they're busy. And we've got a link for you to go to those sites on our website, WHAS11.com. Today,